On this episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs, Linda talks to singer-songwriter Sylvia Dean. Enjoy.
Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee. And today we have a special guest, Sylvia Dean, who's from Huntsville, Alabama. She's coming up here to do some music things in Nashville. And I get a chance to talk to her and get a little behind the scenes of what she's about and her music journey. So I'm happy to have you here today,
Well, thanks
coming
for
all
the
the way up.
invitation. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, this we love songwriters, and you are a songwriter. Some of the titles and some of the songs I've heard of yours, they're so good.
Oh, thanks.
You really have a gift with songwriting. So how did that develop in your life when you got interested in music?
Well, I've been doing music most all of my life, but songwriting was never really like a big focus. When I was younger, I wrote a lot of poems and I pretended to write little songs, but I have a very famous cousin. He was a famous fiddler from Arab, Alabama. He actually was very good friends with Mark O'Connor. Mark even wrote his eulogy for his funeral.
Oh, and
He
what's your
was
cousin's name?
His name was J.T. Perkins, and so JT and I became friends when I was a teenager. My grandmother introduced me to him, and I was already a fiddler, and
Oh,
so we just kind of bonded like that because it was so nice to have two of us in the family.
yeah.
And he was my grandfather's first cousin, so I would be a third cousin of his. But we became like best friends. And after he passed away, 2 weeks later, I was just making dinner in the kitchen, and a song just came out of the air. I wasn't planning it, and I went out in the
Ah,
garage and just sang it to my husband like I'd been singing it my whole life, and I never had to write down the words. They were just there, and it was a very bizarre experience. So that was like 20 years ago.
yeah.
And then, like, maybe about 5 years ago, my husband and I started traveling a lot with my math company, hosting tournaments around the country. And I took up the ukulele, and we would be in the car, and I became like the radio, just playing stuff. And then
Uh-huh.
I started writing my own songs, and I was like, wow.
Where'd
And
that come from?
yeah, so the last 5 years, I've just kind of been putting out songs. And then when COVID hit, I took up the guitar because you have more time on your hands and you're not going anywhere. And that even changed my songwriting completely too, with a new sound, not just the ukulele stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's just gone from there. I've put out 2 albums. I'm starting my third. And now I've started with the piano. So I've got a big
Wow.
keyboard at home,
Yeah.
and I've actually written my first real song on that for my rock band. It's a rock song, and I'm not even, that's really
Yeah,
out of my
you're
forte. So
basically country with the fiddle
yeah,
and the
yeah, country
and
and Americana. Some with
mhm.
the uke, I can get Americana sounds, but
Yeah.
this is like a rock ballad, and it's about vampires, so it's really kind
So
of
you're just
cool.
like really evolving,
I really am, and I love it
I
because I
know.
just never know what's going to come down the pipeline or what's going to inspire something.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's nice to you know, not to be stuck in one thing and just
right,
go with where your inspiration is taking you. And
exactly.
so vampires.
Yeah,
Okay.
vampire, and it's actually called Vampire. And
Okay.
so I was challenged the band I'm in. They said we're playing at the big concerts in the park this summer, and they want us to do some original music. So we need you to write a song for the band. And I'm like, oh, a rock song. Well, okay. And I sat down at my piano,
You
and
know, and there it came.
there it came. And I was kind of inspired in my mind. Um, I really am kind of torn with this Russian Ukrainian thing,
Mhm.
and so I just picture Putin as a vampire, and the vampires came from all that area over there
Right,
anyway.
right.
And so, what would I say to this vampire? and all that they do and the destruction they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I so really like where the song's going. And my favorite line in the song is this: I know why you can look in the mirror because you don't see your reflection. And I was like,
Good
God,
one.
where did
Yeah.
that come from? But because it's so true, vampires can't see themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this man can't see himself in the mirror, obviously, with all the destruction he's doing around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, anyway, I'm just so excited about the
That
song.
is, I'm
So,
excited about that. That is really great. So so when you're in Huntsville, you say you have a band you play with there?
I do. I play with
So
three-way handshake, and
three-way handshake.
yeah,
So
yeah,
how does that work?
actually, yeah, exactly like that. It's actually a nerdy kind of thing. Two of the members of the band work in a NASA uh, s- uh, subsidiary, and they do networking. And supposedly, when computers talk with a networker, they hook together. It's called a three-way handshake.
Oh,
So that's where it came from. So they
okay.
named it. But it's kind of cool because there's three of us girls up front. So a lot of people don't get it. They think it's just us three girls that we're talking about. So
Okay, so it's a trio
it's a trio of,
of
of
girls. And
girls
what are their
singing.
names? What are their names?
Kim Smith and Holly Wells.
Kim
And
Smith. She's
mhm.
not from North Carolina. She's from
No,
Alabama.
she's from
Okay.
Alabama. And so we do a lot of band stuff. And then when we don't play with a band, the three of us play together as a trio. And so,
Now, when you're singing as a trio, what kind of genre music are you singing with them?
well, Kim really likes country stuff, and Holly really kind of likes more of the pop, uh, obscure stuff. And then I'm kind of in the middle of both. So we get a mix of everything. So,
Okay, yeah, and so you
and
can
we
just
love it. And our
play all sorts
harmonies
of
are
songs.
so fun. And
That's
Kim's just
great.
recently learned the keyboard, so she does a lot of fills. I play the guitar when we're playing together, and Holly plays bass, so it's fun.
Okay, so but sometimes you three also play with other band members
We
that
do,
you.
and I probably play a lot more music than the two of them put together because
Mm-hmm.
I play solo, duo, trio, band, so
I
whatever. And
like
the
that.
more the merrier.
Yeah,
Just call me up. I like to play. So
that is really great. So you're now you're coming up here to Nashville to do a couple things, a couple gigs, and
couple gigs
and do you do co-writing up here or?
I don't co-write a lot. I am recording my third album starting tomorrow up here, some
Okay,
of it.
that's what you're doing, recording.
I do co-write with some folks. I'm a member of NSAI.
Hmm.
So when I came to Tin Pan last year, I met a couple of people. And so we virtually co-wrote together. And
Hmm.
that was kind of interesting and fun. And then um, from my Birmingham chapter of that, I've met a couple of people in person and written with four other people from that.
Hmm.
So
So do you is so you kind of is it like kind of 50-50? You co-write and then write your own songs, or you just.
well, I'm starting to do more co-writing since I've been co-writing, and I really like that because I feel like the songs get a different flavor than what
Hmm.
I've been adding to them. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's I just went to my very first co-write in March,
Okay.
and it was a songwriter sanctuary. It was sponsored by some real estate people, and it was up in the mountains just west of me. And I thought I was just going to hear about this songwriter um, telling his story, and then at the very end they go, and then you'll break out into groups and
Oh
you'll do your song. And I
yeah.
was like,
Oh.
I don't know about that, because I never went. But I did end up with a gentleman. We wrote a song, and he's actually going to come up here, and we're going to record it. But that's an experience. But what I enjoyed is just what you said. That's why I brought it up. You have your song going one way, and somebody goes, well, how about a little this and this here,
Exactly.
and you didn't even think of that.
Exactly. So you get a whole different perspective because your interpretation of this word and then their life experiences add to that
Yeah,
interpretation. And so the brainstorming session is awesome.
yeah,
It's really fun.
yeah.
So
That is great. And then working with NSAI, I was also a member of the group there. they have of course I was a member during the pandemic, so you
Okay.
didn't get to meet anybody at that
Okay.
time,
Hmm.
but you did online and
Right.
Zoom type things. But so I'm glad that's what's bringing you up here. You're recording your album, your
Hmm.
third album, and that'll be an exciting time. So I'm now when you play, what kind of venues do you play? What do you where do you go? What do you
Well, I play one extreme to the other. I'm the daytime queen of all the senior living communities back home, and that's probably my favorite thing to do
uh-huh.
because they love old music, and I know old music, and it's like, wow, I have a place to, I can actually use this music that
And
I love.
appreciated.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I am appreciated, and my friends back home get angry because they're like, what's up with this yodeling stuff? And I'm like, well, you need to learn how to yodel. They like yodeling. So I will sing country and western and yodel for them and play my fiddle. And then in the evenings, I will play at anything from our botanical gardens, the mall, the country club, all the brew pubs. I play solo, I play duo, and then our big band plays at some of the bigger brew pubs and clubs and festivals and that kind of thing. So I play a little bit of everything.
So you are available for festivals, and
Yes.
so what area? You're out at Huntsville, Alabama,
Hmm.
but you would probably
I
do
would
things.
travel anywhere 2 hours away. That would be as
Mhm.
far up as Clarksville and
In Nashville.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nashville
Okay.
and that
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
So if somebody would like to get hold of you, how can they do that? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, just go on the Sylvia Dean Music Facebook page and message me, and I'll answer you right like that. So,
Okay, that's great. So I like the variety of things you do. I'm excited about your vampire song. I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear that when you get
okay,
that polished up. And it's just nice to know you have this background and you enjoy what you're
I
doing.
do.
And I'm glad music is part of your life. And I'm glad you're here with us today. And we're going to hear now a couple songs from you.
Oh,
So
okay,
thank you so much for
thanks.
coming out
All
here. This
right.
was fantastic.
This song is a song I co wrote with a gal I met up in Nashville last year at the Tin Pan workshops, and her name is Pam Schuler. She's from Orlando, Florida, and we co wrote this virtually, but I got to go by and stay with her a couple of nights in February this year, and so we actually made a video and put it on YouTube of us singing it together, and that was a lot of fun. And she and I texted each other all week long with little hooks and titles, and she came up with this "Your Porch or Mine," and I absolutely loved that title. So this was a lot of fun. So I hope you like it, and I hope it brings back some memories for those of you that ever get together on your porch. Summer is beating down with such heat. Time with your neighbor, puts your worries at ease. Ain't nothing better when you get together with friends who are like family. So bring out the glasses of sweet lemonade, rockin' a porch swing and throw up a wave. Taking a sunset, let's call it a day, and gather on your porch or mine. Jan's brought her dobro and Dave has his bass. John's got a guitar to keep up the pace. When I hear that banjo ring and that fiddle starts to sing, that bluegrass puts a smile on my face. So bring out the neighbors, call up your friends, invite your brothers and have them join in. Love is the key to making life fun. Let's gather on your porch or mine. Jump off those fast tracks, take time to relax, making friends and just hanging That gentle summer breeze brings back those memories, and I wish life were simple like before. Just turn off your TV and turn down your phone. Find someone special and make them your own. Love is the key to making life fine. Let's gather on your porch of mine. Let's gather on your porch of mine. We can gather on your porch of mine. Well, this next song I wrote by myself, but it happened after a co-writing session. This guy from Chicago called me and wanted me to write this song called Mr. Right Now. And we got to talking about all these pickup lines and putting them in the song. So it just stuck in my mind, and like after I got off the call with him, I said, pickup lines. And then this song came out. So this is called Pickup Lines. I was down at the bar, a guy was working it hard. He said, hey baby, this might sound bizarre, but I believe in love. So hop in my truck and I'll show you the stars. I said, pick up lines and work real fine. You show me yours and I'll show you mine. I got a brand new Ford, she's got 4 doors. Her souped up engine, she's ready to roar. He cracked a smile, we laughed for a while. He said, hey girl, I think I like your style. I drive a Chevy, and if you let me, we can put on some miles. I said, pick up lines and work real fine. You show me yours and I'll show you mine. I got a brand new Ford, she's got 4 doors. The souped up engine, she's ready to roar. Went for a ride, I scooted close to his side. He said, hey honey, let me be your guy. Then he let me drive his Chevy, and I knew he was Mr. Right. 'Cause pickup lines, they work real fine. He showed me his and I showed him mine. And forevermore we'll drive 2 4 doors. Our souped up engines are ready to roar.
This episode of Hey Hey Linda Purrs is sponsored by. Come on down to Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland. Live bluegrass, country, and gospel music every Saturday night. Shows start at 6 p.m. and admission is $8. First Fridays we feature karaoke and Grandpa's Music Jam Session 10 to 2 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday. New and seasoned musicians are always welcome for music lessons, so bring the whole family. Grandpa's Music at 1033 Park Street in Westmoreland.